Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. We're still continuing to talk about pond week this week. I did want to show you guys what we got for our house. We got these little caterpillars, okay? You order these little caterpillars and they come and they're tiny. What's underneath there is their food, and then they're little right now. There's 5 of them in there. And then the next 7 to 10 days, they're supposed to eat that food, and eventually they'll crawl up to the top and they'll attach themselves to the top of there. Once they've hung up there, they'll make their cocoons and they'll hang from the top. And then I have like a butterfly cage, and we're gonna put them in there, and then they stay in their cocoons. I think it said about 7 to 10 days as well, and then they'll open up and they'll turn into butterflies, and then they're allowed to fly in the cage for about 5 days, and then we release them outside. So we'll watch this each day. We'll watch how they grow. We'll watch if they get bigger. We'll watch when they're in the cocoons, and we'll watch them turn into butterflies. So, okay. So I am gonna start with circle time. So how about we do "Hello Caterpillars" as our welcome song, since we were talking about caterpillars. Okay, ready? Hello caterpillars, hello caterpillars, hello caterpillars, we're glad you're here today. All right, so let's do a little song, kind of goes along with Pond Week. All right, let me get that going.
5 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. 1, 2, 3. 3 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came back. 1, 2. 2 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but none of the 5 little ducks came back. Sad Mother duck went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and all of the 5 little ducks came back. 5 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and all of the 5 little ducks came back.
All right, that was a cute one. I like it. All right, so let's talk about the weather. I'm not sure how the weather looks out your window right now. Out my window, it looks pretty sunny. So let's think of all of our weather options that we have. We have snowy, sunny, cold, rainy, windy, cloudy, hot, chilly. So think about those, and then look out your window and think about how you feel it is outside right now. My backyard, if I were to be the weather helper, which you guys are all the weather helpers right now because you're all doing it at home, I would look outside and I would say it's sunny, and there really isn't a cloud in the sky right now. But I did walk the dogs this morning, and it was pretty chilly this morning. I think this afternoon it's supposed to warm up, so hopefully we can all enjoy the nice day, especially after yesterday and seeing some snowflakes. Okay, let's do our days of the week to figure out what day it is today. Can anybody take a guess what day they think it is? I don't know. Let's go through our calendar and see if we can figure out what day could it possibly be.
Days of the week.
Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 I'm coming. There's Sunday and there's Monday. I'm sorry. Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Here, we're going to go back a little bit and do it again because that fell down. Yes. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 All right, let's try to figure out what day it is, guys, okay? So remember, we're stopping where our circle is at, okay? Let's start. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's... You guys get it? Wednesday. Yes, you're right. No, you're fine. You guys are welcome to be on here. You guys are all welcome on here. The day before, let's figure out what yesterday was, okay? So let's do it again. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Let's see what tomorrow will be, okay? There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday. Hopefully you said Thursday. If not, don't worry. We'll try again tomorrow on Thursday. All right, let's count our days so we can see what number we land on in the month. We're going to start at 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Today is the 22nd day of April. It is also Earth Day today, which is nice that we're talking about ponds because that definitely has to do with the earth. So today is Wednesday, April 22nd. Okay, now let's do our letters. We have made it through our cards. We're working our way through the alphabet. We had A for apple. Then we did B for ball. Then we did C for cat. We did D for dog. We did E for elephant. And then yesterday we did F for fish, okay? Today our letter that we're going to look at is G. Can you guys think of anything that starts with the G? G, G is the sound that it makes. G, G, G. In our song that we do, it always says Gorgo Gorilla. G, G, gorilla. I did grapes. I did a picture of grapes on the back. So next year when we're doing our note cards, you'll get to choose what you want on the back. Do you want to draw it? Do you want to look for a picture around your house? So we've gotten up to G. That's really awesome. How do we write a G? Let's see. Let's do an uppercase G, a big G. So it's almost like a giant C, okay? And then you come in and down. That's an uppercase G. A lowercase G is a circle. And then you're going to kind of do the fish hook next to it. That's a lowercase G, okay? Great job, guys. You guys are following along well. Let's do our letter song, okay? That way we can practice our sounds that go along with it. And that'll be awesome. awesome.
More time, but with gusto. Would you like to learn them with me? Okay, here we go.
Allie Alligator says, ah, ah. Bubba Bear says, buh, buh. Katina Cat says, kuh, kuh. Dee Dee Deer says, duh, duh. Ellie Elephant says, ah, ah.
Francie
Fish says,
Gordo
Gorilla says, guh, guh.
Honey Horse says,
ha, ha.
Annie Inchworm says,
Eh, eh.
Jerry Jellyfish says,
ch, ch.
K.O. Kangaroo says,
Kuh, kuh.
Lizzie Lizard says,
Ooh,
ooh.
ooh.
Missy Mouse says,
Mm, mm,
Nigel Night Owl says,
mm.
Olive Octopus says,
Ah, ah.
Pee-wee Penguin says,
Puh, puh.
Queenie Quail says,
Quah, quah.
Robbie Rabbit says,
Ruh, ruh.
Sammy Snake says, Timothy Tiger says,
Ch, ch.
Umbrella Bird says,
Ah, ah.
Vincent Vampire Bat says, Willie Weasel says, wuh, wuh. Xavier Fox says, Yancy Yat says, yeah, yeah. Zebra says, you did it! You learned all the sounds. Now,
Great job,
practice
kiddos.
every day. so
All
you
right.
know.
Hopefully those are starting to feel more normal, all those sounds. So, we're talking about ponds, and so what I have here is a few items that we might find if we went to a park and we went on a walk around the ponds. So we have some straw, some grass, we have a rock, we have a leaf, we have some sticks, and then I did put this is made out of a craft, but it's like a little fish or a little whale. So here's our pretend little pond right here. Okay, here's our bowl of water. We're gonna see what sinks into the pond and what floats. Okay, so what should we start with first? Let's start with our leaf. Do you guys think it's going to float or is it gonna sink? Let's try it. Here we go. Is it gonna sink? It looks like our leaf is floating right on top of the water in our pond. All right, let's try the next thing. Let's try the stick. Okay, if we were taking a nature walk, we found a pond, maybe we would throw the stick in. Think it's gonna sink or float? What do we think? That's floating as well. Look at that, right on top of the water. That's very cool. All right, let's try our rock, okay? Maybe you guys learned how to skip rocks on water, which means it goes across the top. But what happens when it's done skipping on the water? Is it gonna float or sink? Let's see. Oh, straight to the bottom. Straight to the bottom of our pond. Okay, that sunk. Let's try our silly little fish that we have. Let's see if it sinks or if it floats. Oh, it went straight to the bottom too. Hopefully, if it was alive, it would be like swimming. Okay, let's try some grass next. All right, sink or float. Ooh, it almost looks pretty floating right there on the top. I bet eventually some of it would make its way to the bottom. Let's try the hay in there as well at the same time. The hay seems to float as well. So out of all of our items, let's put them all in together so we can see what's happening. All right, look at our little pond that we made, our preschool pond. Okay, very cool. All right, I'm gonna read you guys a story for our story time for rounding out our circle time. And then you will have a wonderful day. Let's do Curious George Goes to the Aquarium. I've always liked curious George, but sometimes he stresses me out because he makes weird decisions. So let's see what crazy decision he makes in the aquarium today. Let's go to the aquarium today, George, says the man. The manager of the aquarium met them at the door. I'm going to feed the seals now, he says. Would you like to come and watch? He looked at a pail full of fish, went to the seal tank, and held up one. Billy, the big seal, jumped straight into the air and caught it. George was fascinated. Next, Billy did a twist in the air. Whew, that had to be exciting. George liked the seals, but only a few people were watching. The next show will be at 2 p.m., announced the manager. George was behind the fish tank. There was a net on a long pole, leaning against the tank. George was curious. Could he feed the seals too? Uh-oh, this sounds like it's going to get messy. He took the net, he went to the tank, and he dipped it into the water. And George caught a lot of fish. Just then, a guard came by and saw the net in the tank. What's going on? He shouted. He blew his whistle. Guards came running from all sides. There he is, cried one. Somebody catch that monkey. Stop him, shouted another. They all ran after George. George was scared. He ran away, and he headed for the seal tank. Meanwhile, the next show had started. What is George gonna do? Uh-oh. George jumped right into the tank and landed on the back of a seal. Look, a monkey, someone shouted. I think people thought it was part of the show. One seal flipped George high into the air. Another caught him. All the seals poked their heads out of the water. They wanted to play with George. They tossed George into the air, and they took turns catching him. George was having lots of fun. The audience went wild. It was the best show they had ever seen. Finally, George landed on the platform. Suddenly, a guard reached out and grabbed him by the ear. The manager rushed over. Wait, he said. Let's go, George. He was the star of the show. Can we hire George? The manager asked. We'll see, said the man with the yellow hat. But I think I'd better take him home now. They all cheered once more. Yay, George. George's problem turned out A-okay. All right, guys, I want you to have the best day ever. I'll see you guys tomorrow.